Most of our work is done in the Coachella Valley, and it's a valley that has 10 different local governments, and we have communities that are world famous, such as Palm Springs and La Quinta, and we have rural farm working communities that are at the extreme opposite end economically, culturally, and we have these great contrasts. It's almost like two different worlds.
Their mission is always to deal with the toughest population and some of the toughest parts of Coachella Valley, and they have done a tremendous job.
They've done it in a way that reinforces the American belief in hard work, responsibility, and neighbor helping neighbor.
Yo era un agricultor, trabajaba en el field, ganaba un sueldo de 1.10 la hora. So era imposible que yo tuviera una casa o poder comprar una casa con ese sueldo.
CVHC helps hard-working, low-income people reach that American dream. They help people make the American dream realistic for themselves. And I think that is one of the greatest things we do. We see great aspiration among the families that we talk to.
Teníamos el sueño de tener la casa y gracias a Dios y al programa lo pudimos lograr. Ahorita ya podemos decir que estamos disfrutando de ella.
Where this light post is, on over here, I do believe that that's lot 3. And that'll be our home.
It's just, there's no words that can say how thankful I am to be able to have this house. It's just unbelievable, you know, just to be able to have a home and to say it's mine.
The families in the self-help program actually build the homes themselves. They put in about 60 to 65% of the labor. They do all the framing, they do all the sheeting, they do all the roofing. They do much of the interior work. They hang the doors, the windows, the garage doors, all the finish work on the inside, the landscaping work. It's a real hard, time-consuming process.
We started working on the house just about 2-3 months after we got married. So for us, it's a great blessing, you know, that we were able to start a family, and now our kids on the way, and that we're able to have a house. So for us, it's great, and I think it's a great help for all the other families.
This is the American way. This is what we all think of as the American spirit. It's doing it yourself. I think people who put that kind of commitment in to build a house are doing it not just to get a piece of real estate, not to get an asset, not to get something that looks good on a financial statement, not to get something they're going to sell and make a lot of money off of. They're building that house as a house for their children and for their grandchildren possibly.
Well, I want to put lots of grass and a big shade trees and maybe a swimming pool, one of those little swimming pools for the kids, and probably a swing set so they can play. And we might get a dog. Every family needs a dog. So we'll have a dog in the backyard. Just a regular American family.
I think the process of having a stake in the community, the process of becoming a homeowner, and of having some interest in what happens in your neighborhood creates people who want to become more involved, creates people who want to participate.
It changed a lot of things, not just because of the housing. Of course, that's a big deal of having a beautiful house to live in, but it really changes your outlook on life about other things. You want to do better for yourself, so you start looking for better jobs, better schools. You want to do better for your kids. It
takes money to be able to build this kind of housing. It takes support from local governments. So I think we've raised that kind of consciousness.
Having an organization like CVHC who has as its sole mission and purpose and reason for existence providing housing to low-income folks, their motivations are never questioned. They have one thing to do, they do it well, and it's always the same. The mission never changes.
The housing that we build is of such good quality and is so attractive that it blends in, or it's better than, the housing in the communities where we build. And I think people have a perception that low-income housing has to be drab, has to be ugly, has to be run down. Our housing is the opposite. And there's, well, we may have narrowly seen ourselves as a farm worker organization in the beginning. We've certainly expanded much beyond that.